So what exactly happened to the Infinity Gauntlet after Avengers Infinity War? We did see Thanos actually snapped his fingers and erased half the life in the universe, but at the end it looked like the Infinity Gauntlet took a lot of damage along with Thanos himself. Today I'm going to be talking all about my theory on what actually happened to the Infinity Gauntlet. How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and if you guys like Avengers 4 and Infinity War and you guys want more videos on all that stuff, definitely consider subscribing to Webhead. Also definitely consider turning on that bell notification so you guys can keep up to date with all my latest uploads. But with all that out of the way, let's get in the video, Webheads. So there's one thing that I've really been thinking about after Avengers Infinity War, and it really is all about the Infinity Gauntlet. What actually happened to the Infinity Gauntlet after Infinity War? Was it actually destroyed, or did it just take a lot of damage because of the massive power that it had to put out to actually erase half the life in the universe? Of course, we all know that the Infinity Gauntlet is the most powerful item in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as of right now, and we do know that it can put out a lot of power. But at the same time, how much power can it actually put out? It looks like it does have its limits, because the stones are supposed to be limitless power, but at the same time, the Infinity Gauntlet is actually just a weapon, something to hold the Infinity Stones and actually be able to actually use all their power together and give all the power to the one who wields the Infinity Gauntlet. But the Infinity Gauntlet itself actually looks like it can't actually take all the power that actually comes from the Infinity Stones, especially when it's given out so much power to erase half the life in the universe. The stones themselves, actually within the movie, as Scarlet Witch actually demonstrated, have their limits as well. So I personally think that actually the Infinity Gauntlet can be destroyed, and the stones themselves actually can be destroyed because of the power actually used within the Infinity Gauntlet. And it really goes over that the Infinity Gauntlet after Infinity War was actually extremely damaged along with Thanos himself, because so much power was emitted from the Infinity Gauntlet itself. Now, if we really compare this to the comic book version, when Thanos erased half the life in the universe in the comic books, we didn't see this kind of damage actually happen to the Infinity Gauntlet. It looked brand new. It didn't take any damage at all. Same with Thanos himself. He didn't take any damage at all. So I'm thinking that in the movies, it's actually going to be a little bit more realistic, and this is going to be playing into Avengers 4, and we're going to be seeing exactly where this goes and where the Infinity Gauntlet is actually going to be left off. Maybe Thanos actually goes back to Nidavellir and he actually gets Eitri to make him another Infinity Gauntlet to actually store all the Infinity Stones in, or maybe he actually is just going to keep the one Infinity Gauntlet that he actually has already. Personally, I think this is the most likely, that he actually is going to just keep the one he has and he's just going to use the damaged one. Now, when he's actually just fighting off the Avengers and just using a little bit of the power by shooting lasers out of the Infinity Gauntlet itself, it looks like it doesn't take that much damage, but of course when it puts out the power to affect the entire universe, that's when the Infinity Gauntlet actually takes the most damage. Now, this really begs the question, and this really is just the core of my entire theory. Now, if the Infinity Gauntlet is used again to actually say reverse all the effects that Thanos actually did to the entire universe in Avengers 4, could the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones actually be destroyed along with the user that wields it? Now, I personally think that this is actually true and this actually will happen in Avengers 4. I personally think that when we look at all the characters that died off in Infinity War, like Black Panther and Spider-Man and most of the Guardians, we have to acknowledge that obviously those characters are going to come back. You can't have a Spider-Man Homecoming 2 without Peter Parker. You can't have a Black Panther 2 without T'Challa himself, or you can't have a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 without the Guardians. You need all those characters for those movies. So if all those characters are going to be coming back, I'm thinking that the Infinity Gauntlet is just going to have enough power to actually bring all the characters back in the universe and actually bring back half the life in the universe instead of erasing it and really undoing everything that Thanos did in Infinity War. So I'm thinking this is exactly why Doctor Strange actually kept Tony Stark alive. Tony Stark was about to die in Infinity War. Doctor Strange actually revealed the Time Stone to Thanos and gave Thanos the Time Stone to spare Tony Stark's life. Now, of course, there's a lot of people online really saying, including myself, that of course Doctor Strange did this because he saw so many outcomes and only one worked, and he's thinking that the one outcome that worked was really just Tony Stark. Tony Stark is the key to actually fixing the universe, and I personally think he is actually going to get his hands on the Infinity Gauntlet in Avengers 4, and when he actually uses the Infinity Gauntlet to bring everybody back, he is going to be the one that perishes along with the Infinity Stones in the Infinity Gauntlet. Because if you really think about it, the Infinity Stones can't be really separated again, because obviously one being already went around and he took all the Infinity Stones, he gathered them all up. So I don't think that you actually can separate them and keep them safe. I think the only way to actually be able to keep the entire universe safe and this never happens again is to destroy the Infinity Stones. And of course, as I said before in the video, if Scarlet Witch is able to do it with a similar type of power towards the Infinity Stone itself and she can destroy it, I'm thinking that all the stones can destroy themselves if enough power is emitted from the gauntlet itself again. So reversing half the universe, Tony Stark will sacrifice himself. He will probably get destroyed along with the Infinity Gauntlet and all of the Infinity Stones so that he fixes the universe, but at the same time, he does save the universe from this ever happening again because he destroys all the Infinity Stones themselves. And then we are actually left with the universe after Avengers 4. Of course, guys, if you want more videos on Avengers 4, definitely consider checking out the 2 videos below I already have posted on my channel. Definitely subscribe to Webhead if you guys want more videos on all this stuff. Also, definitely consider turning on that bell notification. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.